You have some out migration, and you have the fact that we've lost population, so that has freed up some units.
A new report shows the cost of rent is stabilizing in Oregon as the number of vacant apartments increases. The report comes from Multifamily Northwest. It was done through a survey of property owners that rent about 90,000 units statewide. KATU's Christina Giardinelli talked to the experts about what these numbers mean. She's live for us now in Salem. Christina, if vacancies are going up, why did this report find rent isn't going down as well?
Yeah, right. Well, Multifamily Northwest says that most likely is because of increasing expenses for property owners. Now, the Housing Association's report does show some decreasing rents, but mostly for studio apartments and one bedrooms, which are seeing the highest vacancy rates. Good news for Oregon renters. The cost of rent is showing signs of stabilizing in Oregon. That's after years of inflation in the housing market. A recent report by Multifamily Northwest shows demand for rental units is slowing. Deborah Imsey is the Housing Association's executive director.
Rents have only increased by 3%, and vacancies have gone up to 5.5%.
The report looks at the state's major cities, so only Salem, Eugene, Portland, and Bend. Imsey says the most high vacancy rates right now are in Portland because the population has decreased.
Bend and Salem have not seen the out-migration that the Portland area has seen.
Eugene has a lot of fluctuation because of its student population. Imsey says in order for this stabilization trend to continue and for affordable options to increase, Oregon would need to up supply, which isn't happening.
The report shows that development has declined for the last five reporting periods, last 5 quarters.
Now, CoStar, one of the nation's largest real estate companies, suggests that rents may be going down up to 1.5% in Oregon since last year. Now, that real estate company does not publish its sample size, which could be larger than Multifamily Northwest. Live in Salem, Christina Giardinelli, KATU News.
Thanks, Christina.
Well, a new report suggests the cost of rent could be stabilizing in Oregon. The market report from Multifamily Northwest shows an increase in vacancy rates, particularly in the Portland area. KATU's Christina Giardinelli has the story.
During the pandemic, Oregonians saw record increases in their cost of rent. Reports show those increases may be slowing, and some reports even show they could be on the decline. Experts say one thing is certain: this has to do with a decrease in demand. Can Oregonians expect their rent to go down? Multiple private housing associations and real estate companies track rent trends, and each have different estimates. But most of those sources right now are showing that Oregon's rent prices may finally be plateauing or even decreasing. Deborah Imsey, executive director of Multifamily Northwest, says this has to do with a decrease in demand.
Vacancies have gone up to 5.5%, and a healthy vacancy market is considered to be between 4 and 6%.
Most of those open units are in the Portland area, which saw the vacancy rate go from 3.59% in fall of 2022 to 5.47% right now.
You have some out migration, and you have the fact that we've lost population, so that has freed up some units.
But the Oregon-based Housing Association's report is not yet showing an overall decrease in rent.
It's not driving it down because expenses are at an all-time record high. Labor, utilities, insurance.
Multifamily's report shows rent increases statewide are around 3% since last year. In the meantime, CoStar, a nationwide private real estate corporation, estimates Oregon saw a 1.5% decrease in rent. Multifamily has a sample size of 90,000 units in Oregon. CoStar does not release that information.
Between our number and CoStar's number, it's likely somewhere in the middle.
Well, these reports are good news for Oregon renters. Imsey says the bad news is that housing supply in Oregon is not increasing. In Salem, Christina Giardinelli, KATU News.